Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to this tutorial. This is the second tutorial of the Sony Vegas Marathon, and hopefully you'll learn something new. And yeah, so what we'll be going through today is we're going through these three effects. So the first one is this sort of a pinching effect. You're gonna see it in a second here. As you can see, probably gonna make this a little bigger. So it's a really simple effect really, but it can be nice with the music. So yeah. And the second one we're doing can be seen here, but this is slightly different, but it's sort of a masking effect like that. And it's actually what we're gonna recreate exactly here is actually this effect, but the basic is the same. You apply a mask, and yeah, so it's what you can see here, what happens there. So this is what we're going to be making. And then a third effect, which is this growing ring, like that. So yeah, it's really simple. So let's just get started. I'm just going to remove these clips like that. And I'm going to make this a little smaller again, like this. Okay. And I'm just going to import a clip, and we don't want to do that. Okay. So first off, just properties, uncheck maintain aspect ratio, click OK, and I'm just gonna add some color correction because why not? It takes 5 seconds to do. You can just find it. So color curves, once again, nice colors onto it, and it's pretty much done. Okay, so we want to start off with this sort of a pinching effect. So we're gonna go to video effects, we're gonna scroll down, and we're gonna find linear blur. So find L just before N. You want to find linear blur. You want to put you can do this different ways, but I'm just going to use horizontal medium, for example. And what you want to do now is that you want to start keyframing. So you want to put this on 0, and just going to drag it down. You want to hit this keyframe button, like that. Okay, so this is where we start. Just put a keyframe, and you want to zoom in quite a bit. Okay, so you're on 0.510, and let's just go 0.51 there. Want to make a keyframe. You want to make this 0.05. You can obviously like change this, but this is what I find to work. And you're gonna go 5 frames perhaps. Just make a new one with the value of 0. So you're gonna change that like that. Okay. So, and then you're just gonna go forward like a bit. Say, zoom out a little, like 1.5 seconds. You're gonna make a new keyframe. 0, make another one of 0.05 like that. Add another keyframe, and sorry about that. And what you want to do is you want to add a third keyframe. I already have it now since I accidentally made that, but it's pretty much the same procedure. It's really simple, and to check the result, it's really simple. It's just like this. So 0.51 is where we had it. So we're just gonna split it here. And you're obviously going to time this with the music when you do it later, okay? So you're not just gonna put it in randomly. If you do, it looks kind of stupid. But yeah, so this is what you get in a couple of seconds. There. So you saw these like really small movements here. You can obviously change the angle, but it's a nice effect to have with the music. So yeah. Now for the mask effect. So I'm just gonna move forward. Just find wherever I did the DDS spec. Okay, here. So I'm gonna hit right click, far left. I'm gonna duplicate track. Okay. Now I'm actually not gonna do that. Delete it because it saves everything from the last one. So you want to copy the clip. Right click the clip and hit copy. Right click here and insert video track. And you want to have it like far up. and then you want to paste your clip and you want to drag it far back so they're in line like that. Okay, so when is the DDS spec? You're gonna check this, and let's say here, this is actually not a great clip for this effect, but it's mainly to demonstrate how to do it. So yeah, and what you want to do now is that you want to, right, you can cut it here. Probably this is probably a good time to cut it. Delete, and you want to start masking these characters out at first. That's the first thing you want to do. So you want to right click the clip, you want to go to video event slash a video event pan slash crop. You want to click that. You're going to be here. Now to the far left down here, I'm going to make this a little, it doesn't help. Okay, to the far left down here, you're going to have this mask that is grayed out. You want to click this little white box that says enable, click it, and you're going to be down here. Okay, so make sure you click the first keyframe here. You want to zoom in on your clip, use the drag tool, like the normal edit tool, just to zoom in on these characters, and then you want to choose the anchor creation tool, like the top one of these two pens, and you want to start like masking, like make a rough mask, and don't try to like I prefer making a small mask rather than a big one, so try to make it small. This should probably do the trick. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And you want to go here where it says feather. You want to go from none, and you can try around with this. I'm guessing out will be the best for this one, so I'm gonna just click the slider here, click the drop down there, and you want to click out. Okay, and you want to put this to, let's say, 15. I'm gonna check how that looks later, but it's probably too big, so 7 perhaps. We'll just see how this looks afterwards. So yeah, the next thing you want to do is you want to right click again, and you want to go back to video event pan slash crop. I'm sorry about that, but I always close down and do it again. I just feel more comfortable with that. And you want to start to move this so it's down here in the left corner, and you can do this in different ways. I'm gonna make this smaller, so it's a nice little bonus, but you can obviously do the opposite and just make it bigger instead if that's what you want. But for the bigger one, I prefer having it on top, so I'm just gonna make it smaller here, like that, probably a little larger. Okay, something like that. So this is what we have now. This is what it's gonna look like now. Okay, obviously this is kind of boring, doesn't give us much for the clip. Can add a little fade in and a fade out at the end, like so. And the good thing is that it actually looks like they're standing here. You can obviously, like, this is a small flaw, you can fix that. But yeah, so the next thing you want to do is you want this light effect that I showed you. So what you're gonna do is, I'm just gonna save, and you can always save by using Control S, by the way. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go under video effects, you're gonna scroll down, and you're gonna find the TV simulator. You're gonna drag TV look onto the clip. Okay. Now the first thing you'll notice is that this looks bad. So what are we going to change? Well, it's really simple. The first thing you want to move down is the aperture grill. Just drag it to 0. Already looks better. Interlacing, drag it to 0. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do is phosphorescence. Drag this to, this is 0. I'd say something like this. It really depends on what you're going for. And you've got the static. You can up this a little. Looks kind of cool in my opinion. And now you've got this scan phasing. Scan phasing is this light. You want to have this, so if you look at the start of the clip, you don't want any light here. Okay, so let's say this is probably really good. I'm thinking it's a little too slow. Yeah, so you want it to be slightly faster. So let's just move this up to 1.220. Like, this is a case by case, it depends, so you're gonna have to change the value each time. for whatever suits your clip. But let's just go with this and see what it looks like. So I'm just gonna press play, and yeah, it's decent. It obviously needs some fixing. Like, there's too much grain on this one, so I'm just gonna go to video event effects, right click, and I'm gonna bring the static down to about 0.15, like so. Okay, let's see, and this is better. So yeah, now let's go in for the third effect, and I'm just gonna put this at a random place. Generally, I like doing this with the AGX specs because it looks kind of cool, in my opinion. But you can do it in like many different ways. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy, we're gonna paste once again, and we're gonna zoom out using our scroll wheel, and we're gonna zoom in again. We're just gonna cut, let's say from here to here. Doesn't really matter. Usually you'll just have from whenever your effect starts until the clip ends pretty much, and you can forget about the lower clip. And this is a cookie cutter effect for anyone who's wondering. So what we're gonna do is that first off we're gonna add some sort of a weird effect on this one. So let's just use, we're gonna go here under video effects and we're gonna use radial blur, and we're gonna use strong proportional. This looks really bad, so I'm just gonna go to Gaussian. Let's just go with proportional and just move this here. We're gonna keyframe this. So this is at 33.27. Just hit the keyframe button, and we're gonna go to 33. Okay, make one there. Make one, I don't know, somewhere around here. Just move this forward a little. Make one there. And we're gonna change this value of this one to 0, and we're gonna change the value of the first one to down to 0 too. Okay, so this is what we've got now. Okay, let's just, I want to see where it comes. Okay, this is obviously a little late. I'm just gonna move the keyframes forward. So video event effects, and I'm just gonna scroll down, and I'm just gonna move these forward a little. Okay, and the center is not keyframe good. So this is what we've got right now. Okay, it looks kind of bad to be honest, but that's not the focus of this effect. So yeah, you can mess around with that and make the radial blur look better later. But yeah, that's what we've got now, and I'm just gonna, you can add more effects onto this one down there. But now we're gonna make it so you've got this growing ring in this one. So you're gonna go up here and you're gonna find cookie cutter under C, cookie cutter, and you're gonna choose circle center, like that. Okay, so just gonna move forward a little. Okay, so you can see the circle. You want the circle to be slightly under them, so it's still kind of centered, but it starts with your characters. And you can mess around with the color. I'm just gonna pick a light bluish one like this, and I'm gonna add a border. You want to make this really small, so 0.01 usually does the job, and 0 feather. And let's just go down, and what you want to do now is that you want to keyframe the size. So you want the size to be keyframed at 0 in the beginning, like so. You want to wait like, I don't know, move to 3 seconds perhaps. Just crank this size up to highest. Okay. What this is going to do is that it's pretty much just going to blow the radial blur away. You see? And this looks shit, so if I'm going to prove that this effect actually looks nice to you, I'm just going to keyframe the radial blur better. Just going to move this one up close, and this is what we'll have. And it's obviously too late, so I'm sorry about that. Video event effects. And let's use this plus button to zoom in. We want to find where we have our radial blur. We want to move these back. I don't know, like that perhaps. And this is what we'll get. Okay, it looks really bad. But you get the point of the effect, and you can do really nice effects with this. I'm just gonna make one last push to try and make this look good. So I'm gonna change this to fixed radius, and I'm gonna try to move this back slightly, like so. And yeah, okay, it's too strong now, but at least it looks better. Can probably do that instead. Okay, so you get the point of the effect. It's a nice little effect, and you can do a lot of different stuffs with it. So yeah. And as for my next tutorial, just leave a comment on what you would like to see, and I'll do that for you guys. So yeah, once again, thank you all for subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.